Boring. Adjective. Someone or something boring is so dull and uninteresting that they make people tired and impatient. We will be ranking the UFC champions based on how fucking boring you are. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Jake Breaks MMA, and today we are ranking the UFC champions from the least boring to the most boring, and I'm telling you, number one is going to piss a lot of people off, man. So be sure to stick around for number one. I'm telling you, people are not going to be happy. But what is your criteria for this Jake Breaks MMA? Well, it's pretty simple. I'm going based specifically off your fight style and how entertaining your fights are. Unless you have like an innate ability to like have a really good press conference, which is only really one person on this list that can do that, then you're not really going to get bumped up for that. We're going based strictly off your performances. I'm going to go based off mostly the last 2 to 3 performances, man. But let's get into it. Starting off at number 8, we're going Joshua Van. Yes! I love you, Joshua Van, dude. Joshua Van in his last fight against Tatsuro Taira. Cinema, bro. It was absolute cinema. Just the way that Joshua Van boxed and the way his power just keeps growing as well in each fight. That knockdown against Tatsuro Taira was fucking brutal. Taira was a warrior as well in that fight too, bro. He kept coming back for more fucking punishment. That's what made that fight so entertaining as well. The fight before that, Pantoja broke his arm. We're not going to really count that because, you know, it wasn't really a full fight. Then you go before that and you have the beautiful 3-round war. Arguably the fight of the year against Brandon Royval, bro. We barely pulled that shit off. Got a big knockdown in the 3rd round and looked really fucking good and entertaining in that fight too, man. And just the fact that Joshua Van is also 24 years old, is growing better and better each fight. His speed, his boxing, his combinations, and his power too at this point, dude. It's all just like a beautiful work of art to see. And I think I do maybe have a little bit of a bias towards smaller fighters, just because when they do have power like Joshua Van is right now, with the speed and the skill, it's just such a fucking work of art to watch, man. I don't know why Joshua Van reminds me of that type of person, but and knocked your boy down, dude. But yeah, dude, Joshua Van, definitely the least boring fighter in the UFC. I feel like it's hard to argue that, man. His boxing, everything that I see with Joshua Van is just fucking beautiful, man. You can't ignore it. Moving on to the next person here, I have Tom Aspinall. And I feel like, kind of like I said, I tried not to have a big bias towards like smaller weight class fighters. I almost have Peter Yan at the spot. You'll see where Peter Yan ends up being. But Tom Aspinall, man. I know his last fight, and he's not fighting a lot as well. His last fight with Cyril Gahn ended in an eye poke. Fucking eye poke, mate. Mate, you're not supposed to fucking eye poke me, mate. I'm going to fucking knock you out next time, mate. And, you know, it was rough, man. It was rough to watch. And it was honestly looking like it could be a really good fight. And I know Tom Aspinall didn't get the knockout like he did basically in all of his other fights. But, you know, it's Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn's not a blob. He's actually very good, very fast, very hard to track down on the feet. I'm not really going to take that away from Tom Aspinall. And that fight was still entertaining. Aspinall was pushing forward. He was still throwing combinations, kicks. The fight was still entertaining in a close fight, man. It may not have been like, you know, him fighting Curtis Blades before where he just golded him and sent him flying to the canvas in like 1 minute. It's not going to be like that. Or, you know, all the other blobs that he's facing as well in his career. But, you know, I just, for some reason, man, Tom Aspinall, especially before he fought Cyril Gahn, was like a spectacle, and like the amount of glaze that I had towards Tom Aspinall at that point was just like unreal. It was unbelievable, bro. Just the speed, the power, the like fundamentals as well. I felt like his boxing fundamentals looked really good. The 1-2 was just so fast. And the fact that like if you just connected it, he was going to fucking drop you and knock you out. That's it, bro. That's it. It just needs to land. That's all. And not to mention, like, even in other clips, like against Volkov, like an earlier fight, like the slick-ass, like, maneuvering, dodging the punches, the takedown. Like, Tom Aspinall looks like a middleweight out there as a heavyweight. And I think that does really help him in terms of his entertainment and style. And also, he's knocking everyone the fuck out. And he's going for the finish every time. Like, it's pretty hard to put Tom Aspinall, I feel like, I don't know. Like, you can't put him in the top half of the most boring fighters in the UFC. You can't do that. That's not fucking allowed at all, man. Tom Aspinall is such an entertaining fighter, man. The last 3 fights, except maybe the Cyril Gahn fight, have been really entertaining. And it's not his fault he's getting fucking eye poked, mate. And he fucking knocked out Sergey Spivak, mate. He's a great fighter. I'll love to find him again sometime, mate. He took a big fucking L against Vitor Petrino, mate, but he's going to bounce back, mate. So moving on to the next person here. Moving on to number 6, Peter Yan! Peter Yan, dude. I like I said, man, I tried not to go like off the crazy like glaze bias of like lighter weight class fighters, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like when I watch Peter Yan fight, and I know he doesn't get a lot of knockdowns in his fights, but it's just like a maestro watching someone like watching an art paint his craft. You know, it's just he's so fucking crafty on the feet, his techniques, his combinations. Just like the fact that he knows what to do in almost every single situation. His IQ is off the fucking charts. He's fast as shit too, and it's just a lot of the fights that he's been in. I know some people can say they're boring, but for me, I don't know, man. Like the Marab versus, the Marab fight that he just had. That fight was fucking beautiful. It was a banger, bro. The body kicks, the punches, just the takedown defense, and then like actually trying to take down Marab, trying to switch up the grappling with Marab, trying to take him down instead of just letting Marab put that pace on him and pressure him. Like Peter Yan in that fight, bro. Oh my god. It's just like when you see a Peter Yan masterclass, especially in the last fight, it's hard to forget, and it's hard not to glaze it, man, because like I keep saying, the technique, bro. The technique is just fucking beautiful, man. When Peter Yan is on his fucking game, there is no other fucking fighter that looks as skilled as Peter Yan on the feet, except maybe Joshua Van. But even Joshua Van doesn't have the kick variety that Peter Yan does, man. All around skill, Peter Yan is the most just satisfying fighter to watch, in my opinion. And I know he doesn't have like a lot of big buildups, a lot of like, big moments in press conferences, anything like that, except him maybe being a little bit reported. But, besides that, it's not like a lot's happening in the press conference. But the fight style and the fights that he has, even though like fights against like Marcus McGee like may not be the most entertaining, the fight against Figueiredo, another fucking masterclass. It's just like when you get those masterclasses from Peter Yan, you can't help but fucking glaze it. Like you can't help but fucking glaze it, man. So Peter Yan, the 6th least boring fighter in the UFC, I guess. Champion in the UFC. And then moving on to the next one here, we're going to go with Justin fucking Gaethje, man. I feel like Justin Gaethje is kind of a hard one to, he has to be like in the more entertaining fighters. He can't be in the top half of the most boring fighters. He has to be in this lower half, man. Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria. Even though I wanted to kick the chair, man, I wanted to kick the chair. I was throwing up the rope. I was getting ready to just, end it. No, I'm just kidding, YouTube. But, I'm an Ilia Topuria glazer. Like, I saw him knock out Volk in person. And, like, if Ilia was still champion, he would probably be the least boring one. He'd be number 8 on my list, but he's not. And, like, there's nothing wrong with Justin Gaethje. Like, Justin Gaethje's fight style is very entertaining. It's extremely entertaining, man. He battered the fuck out of Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett, man. Like, it was bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And then before that, Rafael Fiziev, that was also an entertaining fight. It's not, like, the most... I mean, it's a Justin Gaethje fight. It's a Justin Gaethje fight. It's going to be a brawl for the most part. Now, later in his career, he's a bit more reserved. Definitely a bit more reserved. Much more on the back foot, especially against Ilia Topuria with the jab, trying to break up Ilia Topuria's rhythm. And then Paddy Pimblett, he was just fucking battering Paddy Pimblett. I mean, Paddy Pimblett didn't have shit for him. Paddy Pimblett had little baby punches. Mate, scouts just don't get knocked out, lad. Fuck, I can't do my Paddy Pimblett accent right now. Mate, Bobby Green, lad. He's a great... Fuck, I keep mixing up Tom Aspinall and Paddy Pimblett right now. But you get the point, man. Justin Gaethje, like, he batters people. He doesn't really get, like, a ton of, like, knockouts or knockdowns. He does get some knockdowns. He did knock down Ilia Topuria, knocked down Paddy Pimblett. I don't know why he does get knockdowns. He doesn't knock people the fuck out, though. Where, like, I feel like Joshua Van kind of does have that ability. Tom Aspinall does have that ability. Peter Yan, you can honestly make an argument to switch these two. But for me, I just think the technical skill of watching Peter Yan fight, especially like, oh my God, like, it's just beautiful to watch. Like, Justin Gaethje fights are very fucking entertaining. Don't get me wrong. And I don't know. I'm not like a big Justin Gaethje fan, so maybe that's why I have him here instead of like a spot lower. Maybe I should switch him and Peter Yan, but I don't know, man. Scouts just don't get knocked out, lad. We don't get knocked out, lad. But Justin Gaethje definitely got to be in the lower half of, the least boring fighters in the UFC. Now we get to a bit more of the boring fighters. You're kind of getting into that middle point here. We're getting to number 4 on the list. So this is basically someone where you could say they're decently entertaining. They're decently entertaining, but they're not like the most entertaining fighter in the world. I'm not like, ooh, woo, I'm not like all excited to watch this fight. And number 4 is going to be Sean Strickland. Number 4 is going to be Sean Strickland. I know Sean Strickland feels maybe like a little bit high considering like some of the other people that are left. Olberg, Volk, Islam. But this is the one person on this list that I was talking about has that innate ability to just draw in a big-ass press conference and draw in a ton of attention just based off who he is and like who he is as a person. Like, him versus Khamzat Chimaev. Everyone thought he was going to get fucking smoked, but the build-up and the press conference for that fight in itself made us all tune into the fight, even though it may not have been the most entertaining fight in terms of, like, fighting. It still breaks the spectacle in terms of, like, oh, Khamzat Chimaev got fucking smoked. He doesn't just take down and submit every single person and just lob on them like he did with DDP. Oh, is the fight over? Khamzat versus TDB over? Oh, thank God. He's not like Khamzat where he's just laying on people. He was defending the takedowns, was even initiating the grappling with Khamzat on the ground, had great like position on top and threw punches down on Khamzat Chimaev, bro. Crazy impressive. Also outboxed Khamzat Chimaev. And Strickland's defense is also just insanely impressive to watch. I know he does like have some snoozers as well. Like, for example, like DDP, that fight, he kind of just got walked down a little bit, broke his nose. Didn't really have many moments in that fight. Anthony Hernandez, though, that's another fucking great fight. He walked down Anthony Hernandez, stuffed the takedowns, and he honestly threw a lot of like volume in that fight too. Like, I feel like Strickland's still boring. Don't get me wrong, Strickland's still boring, but like the Strickland that fought Paulo Costa boring, I feel like that Strickland may have passed us a little bit. I know Strickland's still like a jab and a teep fucking merchant. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. I don't fucking throw jab and teeps all the fucking time, guys. I'm gonna go to fucking war, you guys. It's like you don't actually do that every single time, bro. You just I can't do the teep, but you know what Strickland's gonna fucking do, man. And luckily, I feel like now that Strickland's like facing competition that's not like Paulo Costa, where it's going to be like not like a cardio kickboxer. Disrespect Paulo Costa, because he's actually a good fighter. He's a great fighter. I'd love to fight him someday. Here's the fucking thing about Paulo Costa, you guys. But people like Khamzat, Anthony Hernandez, DDP, those guys are going to force a fight much more out of Strickland than somebody like Israel Adesanya. Or somebody like fucking, who did I just say? I'm fucking stupid. I can't even remember who I just said. But the other person, Paulo Costa, like these like kickboxers that are just trying to kind of like outpoint you on the feet. Like Strickland's going to have a boring fight with those type of people. But he does have the opportunity, especially with the, just who he is as a person, to build this fucking fight up with anybody. Like if it's Imavov again, he's going to talk shit. It's going to be mainly boxing. Like, that's still going to be decently exciting. I don't think there's going to be, like, a big knockdown or knockout or anything like that, because that's not how Strickland rolls. He's a bit of a pillow puncher on the feet. You calling me a pillow puncher, man? Fuck you, dude. But, it's the truth, Sean Strickland. I'm sorry, man. But Sean Strickland, 4th most boring champion in the UFC. Moving on to the next, man. Carlos Ulberg, number 3. I just, fuck, man. I wanted to put Volk here, man. Oh, I couldn't do it, though. I couldn't fucking do it. Because if you just objectively look at Volk's last 2 fights against Diego Lopez, bro. No, I'm just kidding. The first fight was decently entertaining. The second fight was a bit of a snoozer. You look at Carlos Ulberg's last 2 fights. He absolutely murders Yuri Prohaska. And I am dead, you guys. And I am dead. And I am stupid, guys. I don't know how to fight, and I will come back to get chinned by another left hook, guys. It's true though, bro. It's like Yuri's he's a bit of a drone sometimes, bro. Like, guys, he's so stupid, bro. Yuri, why did you walk into a left hook when Carlos Ulberg tore his ACL? It could have been you, Yuri. You could have been at the bottom of this fucking list, man. Ugh, God. Anyways, it's like, I could go, like, if Carlos Ulberg was fighting, like, next week, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I didn't hear about that until, like, this week, I'm just kidding. I make UFC content, but if I'm talking to other people about this, like, casuals, they'll be like, who the fuck is Carlos Ulberg? Like, who is this guy? Carlos Ulberg is probably the most boring personality on this list by far, but, like, objectively, like, he's a light heavyweight. He does look pretty good on the feet. His last fight against Yuri, he did tear his ACL. It did knock the fuck out of Yuri still. Like, that's still impressive and entertaining, even though, it made me want to dive headfirst off my balcony into the cement. It's still impressive and entertaining to watch, I guess, unfortunately. Then you have the fight before that, Dominic Reyes. My name's Dominic Reyes, guys. Dead. Just fucking dead. It's like, Dominic Reyes also chinny. Like, he gets connected on the chin, he's going to go out and kind of die just like Yuri. And he did. Carlos Ulberg landed just one fucking punch. Dominic Reyes went out. But the knockouts are still entertaining, man. And, like, I'm a Carlos Ulberg hater. I'm a big hater. I tried to be objective in this, man. Just because, like, his last two fights had been knockouts compared to the other two people above him on this list, man. And, like, I know he went to a boring decision with, like, Jan Blachowicz. Wasn't the most entertaining. Volkan Oezdemir, that wasn't also very entertaining as well. Kind of just point fighting. But, like, even the fight with, like, who did he fight? Fuck. Was it, like, his debut, I think? No, it wasn't his debut. It was, like, his second fight. I don't know. Oh, his ranking debut. Alonzo Menifield. Flatline Alonzo Menifield. I know Alonzo Menifield, like, ran into the left hook. Kind of like what all these fighters are doing right now. But I feel like Ulberg can, like, have an entertaining fight with, like, Yuri. That's actually low-key it. Like, Paulo Costa versus Carlos Ulberg going to be fucking boring, probably. Then you look at Magomed Ankalaev versus Carlos Ulberg. That's also probably going to be fucking boring. I think Ulberg could chin Ankalaev, maybe, but I don't think, like, he's got the presence like Alex Pereira does in the cage, and I don't think that's going to end up happening. Not to mention, like, Ulberg versus Ankalaev buildup. That is literally, like, pay-per-view boys, bro. That's, like, there's going to be, like, 5 people watching it on Paramount. Like, there's... like, Paramount's gonna, like, release the numbers. There's gonna be, like, 17 people watched the Ulberg versus Ankalaev pay-per-view. It's like, bro, oh my god. Yeah. And that's probably why they're trying to make Yuri versus Paulo Costa on the Salt Lake City card, but I don't know, man. It's just like Ulberg, such a boring-ass personality. He's a great fighter. He's an entertaining fighter, mate. But I couldn't be fucking asked to watch his fight. Even though he does have, like, knockouts, there is the potential for a knockout. I know there's the potential to fucking point fight as well. And that makes me want, like I said, jump off headfirst off my balcony. So, it is what it is. Number 2, dude would be fucking headed, man. Dude would be fucking headed. Alexander Volkanovski. I'm sorry, man. Volk, I'm sorry, dude. Dude would be fucking headed, man. Dude would be fucking heading, guys. Oh, dude, it really fucking hurts me. Guys, you guys gotta give yourself a chance out there, guys. Fuck, man. If this was, like, Volk, like, 2 years ago, he would be lower, man. I promise you. But, like, the fights against Diego Lopez, and I know Diego Lopez is, like, the type of puncher where he's gonna have to, like, fight like that, especially after getting chinned like that against Ilya Topuria. I was there in person. Dude, be fucking headed, man. You just get absolutely chinned. And, like, he looked like he literally, like, I'm telling you, he laid there 5 minutes in the same spot, unconscious. I literally thought I watched a murder happen in the octagon that night. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm serious, bro. Like, I have goosebumps just thinking about it, bro. Like, look at this shit. Like, I'm telling you, bro, it was that crazy. Like, I literally thought he was dead in the fucking octagon. And, like, oh my god, man. And I know, like, that's how you're going to fight when you fight someone that's, like, similar in power like Diego Lopez, man. And I think him versus Evloev is going to be a much more entertaining fight than, like, Carlos Ulberg's next fight. But I can't just, like, bet on that happening, Like, I can't just say that's going to happen when I don't know if it is going to happen. Like, his last fight against his third last fight against Ilya Topuria, it was entertaining, don't get me wrong, but he was also kind of doing what he was doing against Diego Lopez, obviously. He's kind of keeping his range with the jab, with the body kicks, the head kicks, spamming the kicks. It was a smart game plan by Volk, and he looked really good on the feet that night. Very fast, very sharp. Man, and it's just like, dude, all these fights that Volk had that were like bangers, like Max, him versus Max, those 3 fights, him versus Islam, one, like those are a few years ago, man. Those are a few years ago, and I know that version of Volk's still there. I think that version of Volk will be shown against Movsar Evloev, but it's just right now, man, I can't fucking do it, man. And I love watching Volk's like YouTube. I love watching his predictions. I love watching him cook. I love watching his content, man. I love Volk. I thought I was wearing my Volk shirt. I have a Volkanovski shirt, bro. I'm a Glazer, man. Dude, be fucking headed, man. Dude, be fucking headed, guys. But it's just Volkanovski at this point in his career, I have to put him at this spot, man. He's number 2. He's the second most boring fighter in the UFC. But this is where people are going to get pissed. He's not the most boring fighter in the UFC because number 1, drumroll please, Islam Makhachev. Obviously, we all know who he's going to be. He's the last person on this list. Islam Makhachev is the most boring UFC champion in the sport today, man. And if you don't agree with me, well, let me argue my case, because I think I can argue this very well, man. And bro, Islam Makhachev, he has such an entertaining build-up. It's just like, I know the people that are going to argue this fucking bullshit. Oh my god, I can go on like a 20-minute tirade about this shit, man. The people that are going to argue that he's entertaining are just going to be, Habib Glazers, Islam Glazers, Dagestani Glazers. I understand that. But let's look at this objectively, right? Let's look at this objectively. How many fights did Islam Makhachev land in his last 2 fights combined? Let's take a guess. You guys gonna guess maybe like about 100? That's 50 significant strikes each fight. That's not like a ton, but Islam, he's a grappler. Like it's reasonable, right? What about if we cut that almost in half? What about if we cut that in half to 52 fucking significant strikes in the last 2 fights? What about if we do that? Bro, like, are you kidding me, dude? Oh, his fight against Ian Machado Gary was so unbelievably boring. Bro, he landed the head kick, though. He landed the Leon Edwards head kick for 5 seconds. It's like, outside of those 5 seconds where Ian Gary did get a flash, he did get flash knocked down. Islam Makhachev did land with the toes. He did knock down Ian Gary. After that flurry of punches from Islam Makhachev, what else happened that fight? Fucking nothing happened that fight. Nothing else happened that fight, man. Literally, Islam Makhachev just holding him against the fence, pushing him against the cage, not doing fucking shit, dude. And if he gets him down, he's just holding him there, smudging him in half guard, bro. It's just, and he didn't even get half guard that much, which made it fucking worse because he's just smudging him against the cage, against the fence in a fucking clinch situation. Ian Gary would get back up, but Islam would just hold the body lock. He would just keep grinding Ian Gary down against the fence, down against, the canvas. And it's just like, how about you actually get Ian Gary's back? How about you actually try to threaten a submission? How about you actually try to, get a dominant position as well instead of playing it so fucking safe, bro? And on the feet as well, Islam Makhachev has fucking nothing. He has fuck all on the feet, man. Outside of that head kick, like I'm saying, there was nothing of significance that Islam Makhachev landed on Ian Gary. And I don't even know if he landed anything else on Ian Gary outside of that head kick. Like, Islam Makhachev had so much more fucking damage on his face compared to Ian Gary. Like, Ian Gary clearly outlanded Islam Makhachev. It's just like a fight like that. It's just, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth because, yes, I know grappling is a part of the sport, but damage is the number 1 criteria. That's the facts. Damage is the number 1 criteria. And I'm not saying Islam should have lost that fight. He had a dominant position in the 5th round. He should have won. But if I'm saying it. Islam Makhachev's the GOAT. But if you really want to solidify this shit, you have to be finishing at least one of these welterweights, bro. JDM with 20 minutes of fucking top pressure and control time, you just decide to fucking half guard smudge for 25 minutes straight. Oh my god, I want to bash my head into a wall, bro. Just remembering that fight. My glorious King JDM. Islam Makhachev, 1 leg kick, shoots the takedown. One leg kick shoots the takedown. Two leg kicks shoots the takedown. It's just, and when he gets the takedown, I'm just going to sit here in half guard and do absolutely fucking nothing. Take zero risk. Maybe try like an arm triangle here and there. Get nowhere near it. Maybe try like another submission. What other submission did he try? Was it a triangle? Kimura? Maybe it was a Kimura. One of those two. But it's just like, it's such a half-hearted fucking attempt. He was terrified to exchange on the feet as well. He's terrified to exchange on the feet with these welterweights, man. Same thing's going to happen with Carlos Prates. He's going to blob him, if hopefully fucking submit him just to get the fight over with. Michael Morales, he's going to try to blob him as well. He's not going to want to strike with these fucking welterweights on the feet, and it's going to make it fucking boring, man. And honestly, like, I think that may be why Dana White's kind of pissed that Ian Gary didn't win that fight. He's like, Ian, stop being a little soy boy and go out there and actually try to win the fucking fight in the 5th round so we don't have to watch this boring shit, man. We already got Hamzat out. We already got Marab out. We just needed fucking Islam out. We also got Ankalaev out. Like, we just needed Islam out of this fucking half-guard smudge fest bullshit. And neither of these guys could do it, man. It's so frustrating. And I know, like, the fights before that, great fight against Moicano, submitted him in, like, 1 round. He didn't have really any exciting moments on the feet as well. Had a good fight with Poirier, yes. Had a good fight with Volkanovski as well. Like, those fights were good, man. But Islam Makhachev at welterweight is a completely fucking different fighter compared to lightweight, dude. These lightweights, like, Islam Makhachev is going to have an easier time striking with these lightweights. The size advantage is much more in his favor. The kicks are going to be a lot easier for him to land against shorter fighters like Dustin Poirier and like fucking Moicano, fighters that are like similar in his stature and height. When you're facing somebody like Ian Machado Gary, the punches, the kicks, the striking on the front foot for Islam Makhachev is going to fucking disappear, man. The punches, the counter, the risk in return is just going to make Islam Makhachev piss his pants like he's been doing the past 2 fights. And it's going to be even fucking worse against Carlos Prates next. And if he fights again against Michael Morales next, it's going to get fucking worse with each fight. He's just going to shoot the takedown immediately. Like fucking, I don't know, like Anthony Hernandez did this weekend, just pushing RoboCop against the fence immediately. Except Islam Makhachev can do that for a whole fucking round. Anthony Hernandez can't. Fluffy can't do that. Islam Makhachev, if he just gets the hands locked against you, you're fucked. You're fucked. You cannot break the grip. His grip is fucking insane. It's just tough, man. It's tough because Islam's such a dominant and great grappler with amazing control, but he does fuck all with that control, especially at welterweight, man. Fuck all with it. And I can't be excited for an Islam Makhachev fight. The only reason why I'm excited is to see him potentially lose. Because it's like John Jones losing. It's like it's literally like a John Jones losing. This is the GOAT of our generation, if not the GOAT of our fucking sport right now. In my opinion, he is. Like, if he loses a fight, that's going to be monumental for the fucking sport. That's why I care so much about an Islam Makhachev fight. Not that it's going to be entertaining. Like the Ian Gary fight, I knew that shit was going to decision. I knew Islam Makhachev was not going to get a submission. And people are like, oh, he's levels above Ian Gary. It's just like, these welterweights are too fucking tough for Islam Makhachev. The size difference is too fucking much, man. Like, he's just going to be a boring blob fighter at this weight class. Kind of like Hamzat is at 185 right now. It's going to be boring. If someone can finally, like, stuff the takedowns and force a strike with him a little bit like Ian Gary, it could be entertaining. Like, if Prates and Islam do stand up, it could be entertaining just based on the sole fact that Carlos Prates would piece the fuck up out of Islam Makhachev and potentially knock him out on the feet. Same with Mike Morales. It's not because Islam Makhachev is going to have those moments on the feet. Islam Makhachev is the person that wants to neutralize this fight and make it as boring as fucking possible. But he's so obviously the most boring UFC champion in the sport right now, man. If, like, Hamzat was here, if he won his last fight against Sean Strickland, I would consider having him here. But he's not, man. He's not. And I'm sorry, Islam. Like, if this was lightweight, I would put you lower on the list. You weren't boring back then, but welterweight version, you are fucking boring. You need to fix your fucking shit, man, because your fights are boring as fuck, and you're the most boring UFC champion in the sport right now. But guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I know number 1 is not going to have a lot of people happy, but let me know your order in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy the content, be sure to drop a subscribe. Be sure to watch my YouTube shorts as well. I appreciate you guys sticking to the full video. Peace.